Namaskar, Jai Jinendra. Today's topic is who exactly is a true Jain? So, a true Jain is he or she who tries to realize himself or herself by going deep into her soul and trying to be free from worldly pleasures and all ty- uh, and all types of materialistic things. And another question most people ask is, should ahimsa, which means non-violence, should ahimsa be the primary principle for a Jain? Now, as you all know that Jainism promotes non-violence to the fullest, but for a true Jain, is non-violence compulsory all the time? Yes or no? Well, the answer is of course. Every Jain, a true Jain, should try to be as non-violent as possible, but he or she should also be aware of the situations they are in. For example, a true Jain has the right to join the army. A true Jain has the right to join the navy, the air force, and the police force. But they should not, a true Jain should not take pleasure in committing violence when using violence for defense. For example, a true Jain who loves his country should be willing to defend his country with violence. So, in this case, it is called Virodha Hinsa, which means violence in terms of self defense. So, a true Jain has every right to fight back in self defense, and even historically, in reality, Jain kings have fought wars, and Jain kings have fought wars to defend their kingdoms. And therefore, uh, as per the situation, a true Jain should try his or her level best to be as peaceful and as non-violent as possible, but they should not refrain from doing their worldly responsibilities as well. For example, even let's say a Jain who becomes a judge in a court, that Jain, for example, there is a judge in a court who is a Jain, for example, and that judge being a Jain, he cannot say that, okay, because he is a Jain, he will release the murderers, or he will release the rapists, etc. No, if someone has committed rape, if someone has committed murder, the judge in the court, even if he or she is a Jain, must give those criminals the death penalty. A rapist and a murderer should be given the death penalty. And uh, and in this case, even if the judge, if he is a Jain, if he gives the death penalty to the criminals, it is not a sin for him because he has to do his worldly duties. So ahimsa, it is, yes, ahimsa should be important for every Jain, but it is also relative. Relativ. Ahimsa should be relative to the situations, and to which type of situations every Jain is in. So, uh, one more time I'll tell you, a true Jain should never refrain from his worldly responsibilities in the name of ahimsa. But overall, yes, a Jain should try to be as non-violent as possible. Okay. And next question is, what should be the ultimate goal for a true Jain? What should be the ultimate goal for every true Jain? So the ultimate goal, of course, should be moksha, which means to be free from this cycle of life and death and to attain moksha. So in order for that, there are many things a Jain should do, such as, he should be a pure vegetarian, or best thing, even if he is a vegan, or he should, okay, if let's say a Jain, any Jain who is drinking alcohol or like eating non-veg, he should try to avoid them. He should try to stop those activities, and he should become a vegetarian or a vegan. And then even after he becomes a vegetarian or a vegan, he should give up certain vegetables, those kandamula, which means root vegetables, such as potatoes, garlic, onions, carrots, radish, sweet potatoes, beetroot, brinjals, etc., and even cauliflowers also. So excluding all these vegetables, the other vegetables a true Jain can eat. So a true Jain, especially a Jain householder, or in other words, a Jain Shravak, a common Jain man, or a common Jain lady, he or she should try her best to slowly enter the spiritual path from their material path. And in order to do that, they have to follow very strict rules, such as giving up root vegetables, quitting leaving activities such as smoking, drinking alcohol, and eating non-veg, etc. And one more thing is, yes, even when it comes to going to office, going to do job, or running a business, or maybe even becoming a film star, and acting in movies and doing modeling, etc. All these a Jain has the right to do, and all these a Jain can do and should do if he desires to do it. But end of the day, that should not be his ultimate goal. Even let's say a Jain person who is he has got many worldly ambitions. One may become a doctor, one may become a policeman, one may become a judge in a court, and one may become a teacher, one may even become an actor and a model, or one may become a bodybuilder, or or a very famous power lifter in the world. All these worldly ambitions a true Jain can do and has the right to do, and he should be doing. But along with all this, he or she should never forget the fact that they should also take time to meditate. After taking bath in the morning, they should sit in one place silently alone, take time for themselves, and go deep into their soul and meditate, so that they can try to enter their soul, and slowly try to start feeling their soul. So by this, a Jain will be he will be entering into the path of spirituality, and slowly he can exit the door of the worldly things. Slowly he can exit the material life, and enter the spiritual path completely. So end of the day, before going to moksha, a Jain householder has to become a Muni. Whether or not he becomes a Digambar or a Shwetambar Muni, that's a different case. I'm not discussing that topic over here. But if a Jain householder has to attain moksha, he or she must take Diksha and become a Muni or a Sadhvi. For a Jain man, he should try to enter into spirituality and become a Jain monk or a sadhu. For a Jain lady, she should try her best to enter into spirituality and become a Jain Mataji or a Jain Sadhvi. So this is the all these a Jain man or a Jain woman should do, because the ultimate goal for every Jain should be to attain moksha, mukti, that is moksha, or you can say nirvana. Okay, that should be the ultimate goal for a true Jain. Okay, now coming to the next point. Should a Jain learn or study about every other religions in the world? Now many people ask, for someone who is a true Jain, should that person learn and study about all the other religions? The answer is absolutely yes. A true Jain should study about all religions and all cultures and all traditions, and then they have to do the compare and contrast, and then try to understand why they should follow Jainism. Just because someone is a true Jain does not mean that they should only read the Jain books. A true Jain should read his Jain books. A true Jain should also read Bhagavad Gita. A true Jain should read the Vedas and the Upanishads. A true Jain should read the Christian Bible, and a true Jain should even read the Quran, and the true Jain should even read the Tripitaka, the holy book of Buddhism, and the books of all religions. Basically, what I'm trying to tell you is, a true Jain should explore the details of all religions and then come to a conclusion as to why he should follow the path of Jainism. A true Jain cannot be a true Jain just by only reading Jain books. A true Jain should explore all the religions. A true Jain should learn and study about all the different religions around the world, and he should do that, compare and contrast with he should do the compare and contrast about the teachings of Jainism with the teachings of other religions, and then come to a conclusion as to why he or she should follow Jainism. So yes, a true Jain has the right to study, and I will say a true Jain should study. Should A true Jain should study about all the different religions around the world. Yes. Now, coming to the next point. Yeah, and one more thing. This is very important for every Jain man, every Jain man. He should respect women. Every Jain man should respect women. Uh, every Jain man should only look at women either as a mother, a sister, or a daughter. For example, you should never, a true Jain man should never disrespect women. Every woman should be treated with the uttermost respect by a true Jain man. For example, if a true Jain man, he sees another girl of his age, he should see her like his sister. And let's say he sees a very elderly lady, a true Jain man should always see her as his own mother. And if there is a very small girl, a true Jain man should see her as his own daughter. So a true Jain man should see every woman either as his mother, sister, or daughter. And of course, when he gets married, he will have his wife, and he should treat his wife with the uttermost respect. A true Jain man should give his wife her personal freedoms. A true Jain man cannot dictate his wife what to do and what not to do. But yes, a true Jain man should be supportive to his wife after he gets married, and finally he has to basically respect all women to the uttermost. Okay, so now coming to the another point, and of course, and even vice versa, even Jain women must. One second, guys. Someone is knocking the door. One second. One second, guys. One second. Amma? Yeah, guys. One second. Sorry, guys. My mother was at the door. Okay. So now, and of course, yes, as I was telling to you, and even vice versa, even every woman should, even a true Jain woman should see every man either as her father, brother, or her son. Okay. Now coming to the last point, which culture should a true Jain follow? Now many people ask, okay, now which culture should a true Jain follow? Should he follow Indian culture, or should he follow the Western culture, whatever it is? The answer is, a true Jain can follow any culture he or she wants to. Whether a true Jain, he or she follows a Western culture or Indian culture or any culture around the world, the only thing is that a true Jain should not involve in those activities which involves violence. For example, in Western culture, there are activities such as drinking alcohol, smoking, doing drugs, etc. All these things a true Jain should never do. But other things, okay, for example, let's say a true Jain wants to eat vegetarian pizza, vegetarian burger, vegetarian American sandwiches, etc. All this is fine. A true Jain can follow any culture he or she wants to, and a true Jain has every right, has every right to travel around the world and to live in whichever countries. But in whichever part of the world he is living in, and whichever culture he is following in, the only thing what matters is a true Jain does not indulge in any forms of unnecessary violence. Unnecessary violence meaning eating non-veg, and getting into this gambling, and doing drugs, etc. All these things a true Jain should never do. And and even this, joining, like, joining those street gangs, and having street fights and all these things a true Jain should never ever do. Because, like, these are all unnecessary violence, unnecessary, you know um, unnecessary causes of violence. So a true Jain can only fight for self-defense. For example, a true Jain, he or she is walking on the road, someone tries to attack him. Only in his or her self-defense, a true Jain can fight back. And of course, like, even as I said before, if a true Jain wants to defend his country, he or she can join the army, the navy, the air force, or even the police force, etc. So these are the things which a true Jain can involve in. But the only thing is, a true Jain should always refrain from unnecessary violence. And another thing is that a true Jain, he should also be open-minded, and he should respect every other point of view. He Just because he is a Jain, he cannot just always, like, say that, okay, that only mine is true, others are wrong. A true Jain should never ever say that. A true Jain should respect everyone, because what did Lord Mahavira teach? Lord Mahavira always taught us to be open-minded. Lord Mahavira taught us to follow the principle of Anekantavada. Now, what is Anekantavada? Anekantavada is nothing other than, it's a Prakrit word used for being open-minded. So a true Jain has to be open-minded, and give respect to everyone's opinions and point of views. So, coming to the end of the video, I would like to say, to the final question, that yes, a true Jain can follow any culture, be it Indian, be it Western, be it whatever culture. A true Jain can follow, but he should only refrain from doing acts of unnecessary violence. That is there. Yeah, one more thing, guys, to add this. Even a true Jain, if he wants, he can, like, go to bars, go to, these nightclubs, and, go to these disco places where, like, like, there'll be music and people will dance, etc. A true Jain can go to these places and like, and enjoy himself or herself. But the only thing what they should not do is, for example, a true Jain who goes to a bar, he or she can, like, can go to the bar, can go to the nightclub and listen to the music and dance. But they should not drink the alcoholic drinks over there. They can take, like, other, like, maybe soft drinks, or, like, some fruit juice, etc. But a true Jain should not take alcohol. But apart from taking alcohol, even if a Jain man or a woman wants to go to the bar, or the nightclub, and, just to, like, enjoy themselves, and to, like, like, to just to release their stress and everything, they have every right to do that. That is not a sin, but just, refrain from alcoholic drinks. That's all. So, coming to the end of the video, this is the video about how a true Jain should be living his or her life, and this is the definition of what a true Jain is. So, as I mentioned to you, this is what a true Jain is supposed to be like. And me being a Jain, I may also not, like, like, completely fit into this category, because I am a Jain, but I also, like, I'm, like, trying my best to follow as much as I can, but I also cannot call myself, like, a perfect Jain. But yes, I'm trying my best to follow whatever I can from the philosophy of Jainism, and I respect all religions, and I respect all cultures, and I'm a multicultural person. So overall, this is the end of the video today. So this is what a true Jain is supposed to be like. So that's it, guys. I'll see you again. How are you all? And I hope you're all doing fine. By the way, this is my new house. I've actually shifted my house as well. So that's it, guys. I'll see you later. Please take care, be safe, have a nice day, and God bless you all. Thank you.